So today I'm going to be teaching you how to make pickles. I don't know if you can see the little eyeballs. I put them in this big jar and sell them at markets, and they sell like crazy. It's actually one of my best sellers. So in order to make these pickles, you will need some green yarn, which this is the Juicy Couture yarn in green. I tried a few different color greens, and this was by far my favorite to work with and color wise. And then you'll need an accent color. This is pink is for the blush, and then black is for the mouth. You will also need a pair of safety eyes. These are 12mm. I just got them off Amazon in bulk. And then what I like to do is I like to hot glue these safety eyes, just the back, to help secure them a bit more. You also need some stuffing. You'll need a lot more than this. Obviously a crochet hook. I am using a 4mm hook. You'll need a yarn needle, scissors, and a stitch marker. So to start, you will make a magic ring. If you don't know how to make a magic ring, I have a tutorial on how to do that, and I will link it down in the description. It's pretty much how you're going to start, I'd say, about 99.9% of your amigurumi projects. So at first you are going to crochet 6 single crochet into the magic ring. So that's 1, 2, and 6. Then you'll pull the tail and close it up. Then for our first round, we are going to do a round of increases. So in every single stitch, we are going to increase. So I'm going to increase in every single stitch. Now I'm going to place my stitch marker in that first stitch and do an increase all the way around. Our next row is going to be single crochet and then increase. And you will alternate that all the way around. So I just did my first single crochet and placed my stitch marker there, and I'm going to do an increase. Single crochet, increase. Single crochet, increase. Oh. That's what it should look like so far. Our next row is 2 single crochet, 1 increase. So I'm doing my first single crochet, placing our stitch marker back in that first one. I'm going to do a second single crochet and then an increase. Okay, next we are just going to single crochet all the way around for 6 rows. I have downloaded a counter app on my phone, and it looks like this. And so once I'm done with one row, I would just click one. It's super nice and it's super simple to just have this, so that way I'm not over crocheting. But what also we'll do in this round of single crochet is we will randomly place bobble stitches throughout, which make these bumps right here, which give it a little bit more character, more like a pickle. There is no specific way in which you place your bobble stitches. Like, look, this one, I have one up here and right there. This other one, I have one up at the top of the head, down at the bottom, and on the back. There's no wrong way or wrong place you can place your bobble stitches. So just randomly throughout this next 6 single crochet, I'll randomly place 2 or 3 bobble stitches throughout it, just so it can give it some character. I will meet you back here once I am done with my 6 rows of single crochet. Don't forget to add your bobble stitches throughout. Okay, I am on my second row of 6 single crochet, and I'm going to place my first bobble stitch. Now, it doesn't have to necessarily be in the front, but I like to try and at least keep most of my bobble stitches on the front. Where you place your stitch marker, that is the back. So I'm going to place my first bobble stitch. And I like to do it where there's 5 loops on my hook. So one more. Perfect. Then finish that off. I also slip stitch in that same stitch to help it poke out more. And then I am going to continue my row of single crochet, just like normal. I am going to place my second bobble stitch. I am on row 5 on the opposite side of where we placed that first one. Don't forget to slip stitch in that same stitch. What I also do with the bobble stitches is, see how it's kind of pointing inside? Is I just poke them out to outside of the work. I'm on my last row of single crochet. Okay, so I did my 6 single crochet. This time we are going to be doing 7 single crochet, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we will be doing 8 slip stitches. 1. And then we will be doing 8 single crochet. And 8. We'll be doing that 2 more times, so a total of 3 times. Okay, and then this is how it should look after our 3 rows of the 7 single crochet, 8 slip stitches, and 8 single crochet. It should have like a little dip kind of. And then we are going to do 4 rows of single crochet all the way around. Okay, our next row is actually where we apply the mouth and the eyes and the blush. So in this row we are going to do 2 single crochet and then a decrease. So I've already done 1. Let's do my second and then my decrease. 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, decrease. And you'll do that all the way around. So here I just pull out my hook and I leave a pretty long tail so it doesn't unravel. This is where we will do our eyes. So there should be a crease in your pickle. I like to do my eyes in the row that we just did. I like to have about 3 stitches in between my eyeballs. Just like that. Now how I put the backs on is I fold my project inside out and then place the backs as tight as you can. Just gonna heat up my glue gun. This is kind of a controversial step. I've always just hot glued. I just go kind of around the base just to make sure that they're pretty much glued to that piece. I don't use a ton, but I use enough, I feel. Oh. Then I'll do the other one. Like I said, you don't have to do this. Now the glue has dried, so I am going to take my accent color and my yarn needle. Now I'm going to thread my yarn through my yarn needle. Where I like to place the mouth is on the inside of the eyes. So I go in from the inside and then I will go over to the stitch right here. And then I go down 1 or 2 rows and come out there. And then I don't pull it tight. I know it's hard to see with this color yarn, but I don't pull it tight and I loop my yarn needle back through and then stick it. There's lots of tutorials on how to make mouths. And then what I do as well, so I'm going to cut this shorter because it does not need to be that long. So I once again flip my project inside out and then I tie the ends just to help it be a little bit more secure. And then I cut it shorter just like that and you have a mouth. Have a mouth. Now this is optional. I like to add blush to most of my amigurumi because I feel it just brings it a little bit more character. So how I like to do my blush is I go in the same row as the bottom of the eye, but 1 stitch over. And I go out probably 2 stitches. Now you don't want the blush to be extremely tight or it'll be like that. So now you want to do the other side. See if you like it. Now I'm going to tie it on the inside just like I did the mouth. Cut that shorter. Tie it, shove it in the project. So this is where you'll grab your stuffing. Now you don't have to use as much stuffing as me. Stuffing is not optional, but you don't have to use as much as I do. I kind of like my things a bit more firm, so I use quite a bit of stuffing. Pick up our crochet hook again and finish them off. So our second to last row is single crochet decrease. So we are going to do 1 single crochet, and then decrease. Again, I do apologize for how squeaky the yarn is. I don't know if it's my tension, my hooks, the yarn. It could be a lots of things, but I do apologize. Okay, I took my crochet hook out once again, and I am going to continue to stuff it because we are about to be on the last row before we are closing him up. Okay, and now we are on our last row, which is just a row of decreasing all the way around. Okay, and then you cut your yarn, take out your crochet hook, which I just cut the yarn and then just go with my hook, grabbing our yarn needle, threading our yarn, and then closing it up. And how I close is I just take 1 loop from every stitch, pull it tight. I pull it tight and then I make a knot. Then I also stick my yarn needle in and hide it and like have it come out the side. And then grab my scissors, pull it tight, and cut. And there you have it, your pickle. I hope that it was easy to follow along.